Hey everyone, this is Ross, and this is my new baby goldfish setup. It used to be the stickleback tank, which I never got around to doing, but yeah, so the other day I noticed I had some baby goldfish in the pond. I had quite a lot, so I've took 7 or 8 inside now, and they're just floating in this jug. They're acclimating, so I'll try and show you them best I can. There's one. So they're very small. I'm going to keep you updated on how they do. I'm going to show you as they grow, and it should take a few months for them to grow up, and then they'll get the colour in 3 to 4 months. So yeah, it should be interesting. So yeah, as I mentioned, I've only took like 7 or 8 out of the pond, so if these die, I'm not getting any more in here. I'm just going to leave them out in the pond to do their own thing, because there's little worms and stuff that can grow in the pond. So I'm going to attempt to feed these my fry food again. I've never actually tried on goldfish. Hopefully this will work. I've used goldfish flakes. It says it's a complete goldfish food, so I don't see why it wouldn't work. And I've been grinding for about 10 to 15 minutes, like literally getting it as small as I can, and it's almost a dust. I'm going to keep on grinding for another 5 minutes to make it even finer so it can fit in the mouths, and then that should hopefully be sufficient to keep them alive. I will be getting some brine shrimp at some point, maybe it's next week, 2 weeks time, but for the time being I'm going to see if it can survive on this. But they should be able to if I grind it small enough for them. So yeah, I'm just working on grinding it as small as I can. But it is really small, as you can see. Last year I mentioned I got some babies from the pond, and I took a few inside and then I released them back into the pond, and they must have died over winter because it got really cold out there. But I took one inside and I left it in a tropical aquarium. Goldfish can actually live in tropical fish tanks. It's not too good for them in the long run, but when they're developing, it actually speeds up the rate of growth. So what I'm thinking of doing, when these have reached about ½ centimetre in size, and no other fish can eat them, I might put them in a tropical fish tank upstairs, only 1 or 2 of them, and then the rest back in the pond, and that should speed up the growth. So yeah, I'll see what happens. But last year I had one in the tropical fish tank, and it grew about 2 centimetres long, and it was starting to get colours, so I thought it was ready to put back out in the pond. By that time, 2 months later, winter came, and then the pond froze over and it died. So I'm not going to make that mistake this year. I'm going to leave them inside, and I'm going to try and raise them best I can. So one last look at them down there. This tank is cycled, even though it hasn't got a filter on. I put some flake food in 2 weeks ago, and that provided an ammonia source. So the friendly bacteria has colonised it now, it's all fine. I've done a few tests. But I'm not going to put a filter on this tank, because last time I tried to raise fry, they got stuck in the filter. So I've got an air stone. I might put an air stone on. Actually, I probably will. So yeah, it's going to have good water flow, good strong air stone on, moving it round, keeping it healthy. The water's a bit murky at the minute. That's just because of algae. It should go, because I've taped some paper to the back of it, like that tank down there, and that gets rid of the algae. So yeah, the algae will be gone within the next 2 to 3 days. But yeah, it looks alright. I've got the 3 bits of granite in there. They won't release anything into the water, because granite's a very hard rock, and it's quartz and stuff. It's chalky and metallic rocks that you've got to watch out for. They release a lot of things into water, but granite's okay. So just got 3 rocks in there. I've got 1 piece of poker stamen to see how it does, and I've got 3 tiny shoots of dwarf sags that I found in the fighting fish tank, and in the back here I've got some shoots of jungle val. So hopefully these should grow. And also I've got an anubis on the rock there. So I see in a lot of people's fry tanks, it's always bare bottom. and there's nothing in it. These fry are going to be in here a long time, so I'd like to have it decorated. It'll be harder to find them, but I'm not really too bothered. So yeah, that was just a quick update on my new goldfish fry tank. Obviously when they get bigger I can't have 7 in here, I'll have to give some away. But I think this is, 7 or 8 gallons, something like that. So if these are fancy goldfish, and I suppose I could keep one fancy goldfish in here, but I'm probably going to end up putting them out in the pond or giving them to a pet shop. I'll just see what happens. That'll be in a few months' time though. So at the minute I'm just preparing this fry food, and I'll probably give you an update on the tank tomorrow. Right, so if you like this vid, then please give it a comment, like it, and subscribe. Bye.